Hello, and thank you for joining me for another video tutorial for Paramics Discovery 25. My name is Malcolm Calvert. I'm the director of Paramics Microsimulation, and I'm delighted again to bring to you today another video tutorial looking at a new feature which has come into Paramics Discovery 25, which we launched in November 2021. So let's dive straight into this tutorial and look at the improvements that we've made to traffic signals in Paramics Discovery 25. In this video tutorial, I want to show you a few small but valuable changes we've made to the traffic signals within Paramics Discovery 25. So I'm going to zoom in at a junction at node 21 and right-click Edit Signals to open the signal editor. And the first thing I want to show you is how we've made a small change to overlapping links within the stage diagram of the signal editor. So you can see here on the left-hand side of the stage diagram, we've got two links with nodes 29 and 22 feeding into 21. And the reason that those two links are overlapping each other is because they're two one-way links, one going into the junction and one coming out of the junction. So it's quite hard to see those nodes, but if I tick the box at the top, you can see those separate apart, and now it's much clearer to see those and also to edit them. It's also worth drawing your attention to the table tab within the stage diagram, which gives you the from link to link phase label and priority for every movement at the junction. Okay, so you can just toggle that on and off to change the image of the stage diagram to what suits you. Now, the second thing to show you is a small change we've made to the offsets. Now, previously, when you set an offset in the signal editor, you didn't see anything in the diagram below. So we've simply improved that. We've showing what the offset is doing in the diagram below. So it's much clearer and doesn't cause any confusion like it might have done in the past. So you can see my offset set to 20 there. If I now click on the Visualize tab and refresh to push through the changes that I've made, I'm going to go to the Visualize menu and Signals and click on the node with a left click and then start the simulation. And what we'll see now in the Signals viewer within the Visualize tab is we've got that offset shown within that Signals viewer as well. Okay, so just a small improvement, but the offset is now clearly displayed within the Signals editor and also within the Signals viewer in the Visualize tab as well. So back to the Edit Network tab to look at the next improvement. I'm going to go to my Locate feature in the top right-hand corner, and I'm going to search for node 4, which is a pedestrian crossing in the model. Now, the other thing I would like to show you as I do this is how we've improved the Locate functionality by zooming in as well as finding the object. So looking for node 12 there, you can see it zooms in on node 12 as well. So another small improvement. Now, node 12 is also a pedestrian crossing, and you can see the different time frames and timings for this pedestrian crossing at node 12. Now, if I go to the Edit Network tab and open up the inspector, you can see my two pedestrian crossings in the model for nodes 4 and node 12 with all the timings associated with those. Okay, now what we've introduced in Paramics Discovery 25 is the ability to export this data and to import it in as well. So if I go to Edit Network and export a CSV and select pedestrian crossings, I can export that. I can also then open the export folder. We've brought that open folder in for all the export features that we've got in version 25. And I can see my file here, which I can open up within Excel and then edit. So here's the information for nodes 4 and node 12. So if I wanted to create some pedestrian crossing timings at other nodes, this is quite a quick way to do it rather than editing or adding the data manually within the user interface. So I could copy the data from node 12 and let's say I want to add in another pedestrian crossing in the model up here at node 31. All I have to do is go back to my Excel spreadsheet, change node 12 to node 31. I'm going to keep all of the other data the same because I want the timings to be the same at node 31 as they are at node 12, taking account for a greater frequency of crossing in the middle of the day. I'm going to save that pedestrian crossing file as a CSV, go to Edit Network, Import, and I can now import pedestrian crossing timings as that CSV. It's checking the format of the file as I import it, and you can see node 31 is now imported within this model, and there's a pedestrian crossing now at node 31. So really quick, really simple, really easy to do. And if I go back to my Visualize tab, I can now see node 31 with the pedestrian crossing on it. Thank you for joining me for this video tutorial as we've looked at some of the improvements to traffic signals in Paramics Discovery 25, both in terms of the signal editor and also the ability to export and import pedestrian crossings. Paramics Discovery 25 is available now to download and try for free, and we're going to have loads more video tutorials in the coming weeks and months. Bye for now.